Society, and welcome to our very first edition of Societal Issues YouTube edition. So recently I decided to move to YouTube to give you more content in one video instead of just posting one issue every other day and spamming my story with it. But you guys really wanted me to, so I'm like, you know what? Why not? Let's do it. I will tell you this, finding these stories but all into one video, doing research, finding editing software was definitely not easy. But it's done. I am currently filming on a Sunday night. I have work tomorrow, so feel grateful I am doing this week instead of next, or I am doing this at all. But I'm doing it for you guys so that you guys can stay informed of what is going on around you. So basically how this is going to work is I'm going to do 5 different news stories every single week. Some may be good, some obviously is going to be problematic. Some could be stories that you guys send in if you want. I will put my Instagram below. Anyway, and we're just gonna go from there. So let's get to it. First up on societal issues, protesters in Portland, Oregon are marking 100 days of demonstrations against police brutality and systemic racism with a series of events this long weekend amid a backdrop of unrest. Here's the cool part. Protesters threw Molotov cocktails and tried to barricade law enforcement with a burning barrier. Looks like the city is finally fighting back. No, this is not riots. This is anger. And it's slowly turning into revenge. And like I said, if you have me on Snapchat, I told you, once this whole protest situation turns into revenge, America will no longer stand. If you're in Portland, I am praying that you all are safe, that you are all protesting safely. And if it does get wild, make sure that you're being safe about it. Do not get yourself hurt and do not hurt others. But do what you have to do to make your voice heard since they refuse to listen to us. Anyway, next story. Chadwick Boseman, aka Black Panther, RIP, has recently passed due to stage 4 colon cancer. He was only 43 years old. Again, rest in power, man. He will greatly be missed. However, a lot of Marvel fans are wondering what does this mean for the future of Black Panther. Well, most are saying, why doesn't his sister just step up and take the throne? I'm not against this idea at all. I think that was actually pretty cool. Not to mention she was like super awesome in Black Panther. So her being queen of Wakanda. Oh yeah, most definitely. Next up, we have some good news for my fellow sisters and brothers. Michael Bloomberg donates $100 million to HBCU colleges in order to increase the number of Black doctors in the US. If you don't see the good news in that, you might want to open your mind a little bit because that's actually really cool. All those students who go to HBCU colleges are no longer in debt. They're going to college for free to get their degrees and become doctors to get paid. Props to you guys. That's A1. Good for you guys. Next up on the agenda, if you live in Cleveland, then you will know exactly what I've been talking about if you're paying attention to the news. If not, a Cleveland police officer was shot and killed over a shootout, and a second person has also been shot and injured. Meanwhile, the Cleveland Police Department is looking for the suspect in the killing. Why is this a problem, you may ask? Well, like I said, this is called societal issues, which means we get very, very political here. We look for problems, or we look for solutions, or we just point problems out. Here's the problem with this. No, I am not the type of person to wish death upon anyone, like RIP to the officer that was shot and killed, and prayers to his family. No one deserves to die. But at the same time, if a police officer is shot and killed, the rest of the police department will be on tails to find who did it, immediately put him through trial and arrest him and lock him up. But if a police officer kills an innocent man for absolutely no reason, there could be all the evidence in the world. The gun that was used to kill him, the fingerprints on the gun, body cam cameras, witnesses, video footage, and the police will still not get indicted. Like I said, very political. If you do not see the problem with what I just said, stick around And I promise you I will educate you on everything that's happening right now. This is in breaking news. Melania Trump in a recent interview said, and I quote, "Children at border were treated very nicely." And then she goes on to drop the F-bomb. Yes, First Lady has dropped the F-bomb on national TV. She then goes on stating that young immigrant children separated from their parents at the U.S. border were excited about their accommodations in federal detention.
Wait, stop the motherfucking music. You, are you dumb?
Treated nicely, but separated from their parents. Oh, so they must be really, really excited about getting raped and kidnapped and watching their family and friends die in front of them and being separated from their own families. Because this totally doesn't sound like the Holocaust at all, or slavery at all. But yes, Melania, they were treated very nicely. And that concludes today's episode of Societal Issues YouTube edition. So if you guys want to watch more, you can click the link in the description and check out my Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, or you can subscribe here. Make sure you like and comment and hit the post notifications bell so you can be notified when I upload. This has been another day of Societal Issues. Thank you for your time. Yes, I am a very political person. Yes, I post a lot of political stuff on my story. No, I do not care if you like it or not. If you don't, then please either A, don't watch my story, or B, just unadd me. Because deciding if someone should live or die based on their race, sex, or sexuality, that's not an opinion. That's just plain ignorance, and I do not support that. If you do, please unadd me. Period. Wakanda forever.